Hi YouTube, this is my first video in like 10 years, but I came on here to review the menstrual cup and I just wanted to actually two menstrual cups in particular, the Blossom cup, which is here, and this is what it actually looks like. This is I believe, the small blue. I purchased these with my own money off Amazon. I just wanted to do a review on them because I didn't see that much information on YouTube about menstrual cups and people using them. I've seen like only maybe one channel who it's called Put a Cup in It, who actually they do disc cups, all types of things regarding menstruation. Um, they have way more like scientific stuff, but this is just a really basic review. And I did the Smart Cup. This is a large, and it looks like this. Got like a little heart on it. I guess when it fills up with blood, the heart's red. I'm just playing. But yeah, a lot of people don't talk about their period or anything. And for the longest time, the only thing I really knew about like menstrual cups and stuff was the Diva cup, which I have never used. And I didn't know much about it. I didn't really know how to use cups. Um, and for most of my life, I used pads, which are very uncomfortable and, leaking. It's just like I wish that I knew more about cups like in high school, college. I mean, I'm happy that I know about them now because I work with kids. Um, and I'm like on my feet running around all day, and I don't have time to constantly go change and swap out, sanitary napkins or tampons. And tampons I've never liked, but I would use, well, before using a menstrual cup, on my heavy days at work, I would put in a tampon, which I'm not a fan of because they just feel like they're sucking my insides out, especially on a lighter day. They just don't, they never felt right. They feel weird, and I feel like pain when I would use them. But I was more, my goal was more to make sure I didn't leak and than being comfortable. So that's why I just, dealt with whatever because I never really looked into any other alternative. I was on the shot for a few years back in college, and I don't know if you know or if anybody else has been on the shot who's watching this, but you can only be on the shot for 2 years and then you have to stop because your rate for osteoporosis um, increases. So you're only able to, and it's like a lot of side effects, weight gain, which I experienced, and like just an imbalance. So it's healthier to have your menstrual period, obviously. But I mean, I know a lot of people, and I couldn't get like one of those things where you have a thing in your arm or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. Sorry. I'm not on here to talk about that because I've never done it. But I couldn't do that because I've never had children. As of right now, I don't have any kids. So you can't do it like where you won't get your period or whatever for I don't know how many years because I haven't had kids yet. But anyway, back to the menstrual cup. Sorry if I trail off. I started using it almost, I'd like to say maybe 9 months ago. And the first one, I ordered both of them at the same time off Amazon. I will put the links down below. And I did some research and I watched a bunch of different videos and people talking about it. But honestly, this is something that you really would have to do yourself in order to know if it works for you. It saves on money, I can tell you that, because these things last, I think, like 10 years or whatnot, as long as you don't like, you maintain them and you keep them clean, I believe, because they're made of medical grade silicone. And yeah, so, okay. So the Blossom Cup, this one, I'll talk about this one this is the one that I use the most. Actually, this is my main one. I don't really use the other one, and I'll tell you why in a sec. Um, I use the Blossom Cup, this one. It's a small. I think this is the bag that comes with it to be discreet. I don't really carry it around. My period is very regular, so I know around when it's gonna come. Um, and usually it comes when I am at home, honestly. So I don't really carry around my menstrual cup and like, oh, I hope I don't get my period because I'm pretty in tune with my body at this point where I know when it's coming. I keep an ovulation calculator where it tells me like, oh, your period's coming, and that's one that I use off of. It's just a little app that I use. Let me get it up for you real quick so I can show you my little. It's like a my calendar. See, it's a cute little bunny on it. I mean, 26 days left because I just got off of my menstrual cycle, so I'm good. Yeah, so what was I talking about? Okay, Blossom Cup. I really like this cup. Um, I heard on a lot of people's review when it comes to menstrual cups, like as far as the firmness and everything, it just depends on your body, which I will agree with because this one, this one is firm. I don't know if it's like it's firm, but it's not like ridiculous to the point where it just like won't bend. Like I don't know how hard these can come, but this one seems like it's a lot firmer than my other one, my Smart Cup, because this one is like super. You see, it's like really flimsy. This one is more. I don't know if this is helping anyone, but I'll do it. Um, yeah, so this one is larger and has a stem. I haven't taken the stem out of off of either one. I'm nervous to take the stem off. Actually, this one could be cut, but honestly, I've only used this one maybe 3 times since I've gotten it because I don't like it. I feel like it is too flimsy because I don't know, my insides, I don't know, they contract a lot, especially when you're having your period, your insides are all wonky. So I tried to put the Smart Cup in when I was on my heavier day, just because it does. It's big. It's a bigger cup and it holds, I think, like a little bit more, and also it's softer, so it doesn't feel as harsh like when you insert it, if that makes sense. Like when I've originally started inserting this one, the Blossom Cup, when I first started my period, it would feel like, man, that kind of like it hurts. But I eventually got used to it. And then if like you take a few ibuprofen, you're gonna have pains anyways, your period. So just take some ibuprofen and you'll be fine. Or whatever it is that you take to make yourself feel better. Or you can eat a banana, which is potassium, which really does help with cramps. That's just a random tip that I learned. If you don't have a banana, you know, just take ibuprofen or something. And I really like the menstrual cup. And ever since I started using my little Blossom cup here, I have stopped using tampons, which is great because tampons, you're at risk for toxic shock syndrome if they're in. I used to always just think I was going to get toxic shock syndrome for some reason. Not that I left my tampons in for a long period of time, but they always just felt weird. I just never liked the feeling of a tampon. And honestly, when I have in my menstrual cup, sometimes I forget that it is in. Like I'm very comfortable with this in, is what I'm trying to say. I don't feel like, oh my God, it's weird or it's going to come out or something like that. So, anyway, and it comes with this cute little instruction thing. I didn't really read it because, I mean, just kind of put it in there and make sure it's locked in. I mean, I've seen a lot of people explain how to use it, but I mean, it's not that hard to figure out how to use. Um, what I will say, people say that you need to use lube, this lube, not you. Lube, I use this lube when when I need to. Honestly, I put it in the shower mostly. And when I'm at work, I'm not carrying around lube. I just kind of rinse it out, pop it back in, and I don't really have a problem. But sometimes I can't understand. It does make it a lot easier if you would put the lube first, especially if you're like new to it, because I know a lot of people say there's a learning curve to it. And that is true because at first I was like, oh, it's leaking. I don't have it in right. I don't have time to keep trying to adjust it, especially if I'm at work. I don't have time to keep trying to, you know, take it out, put it back in, twirl it around, all that stuff. But honestly, as I used it more, I became more comfortable with myself and touching and kind of reaching up in there. You know, you should be comfortable touching yourself. It's your body. You should be comfortable with every part of it. And it has helped me be more comfortable with that. And I just try to make sure, like, first, like my nails, they're not that long, but sometimes I was like pinching myself. So just be careful with that. It's what I had a problem with for like a couple times. But other than that, like the menstrual cup is really good. On my heavy days, I usually only change it out, and I usually work like 8 hour shifts, but it takes like a half hour to get home sometimes. So I can keep this in. If I have this in all day, I'll have to change it like maybe halfway through my shift. I rarely will I change it, like dump it more than twice when I'm out and about on a heavy day. On a lighter day, I can pretty much keep it in the whole day till I get home and, shower, and I'm fine. Also, as far as sanitizing, I got this off of Amazon as well. You fill it up to, I forgot which part. I just put some water in it. You dump your cup in with the water. Sorry, put this on top, and you put it in the microwave, and for I think like 90 seconds. I don't remember. And then it's sanitized. And that's pretty much how I clean. I mean, I wash it out too. Before that, I wash it with like soap first and completely make sure it's like clean. And then I sanitize it. And then I put it away until I need it again, obviously. But I just feel like a lot of people should switch over to these. I mean, they're really easy and they will save money. Like, if you're like eco-friendly, want to save the world, cool, but like you will save so much money using these instead of constantly going out buying pads, buying tampons every month. Because honestly, I only really use like longer panty liners when I'm using my cup, and only on like a really heavy day will I like maybe put a pad on. But I've had the same pack of pads for like since I bought these, just because like on my first day, if I'm not at home or if I'm at work and I know I'm gonna be running around a lot, just for the security, just in case like I have a little leaking, I'll put a pad on. But honestly, it's I really don't I really don't use them. Other than that, and again, I've had the same pack since I got started using the cups. So I hope this has been informative. I think that I covered everything that I wanted to talk about. And if you have used the cup and you like it or you don't like it, one thing is that I can say is, oh my God, like when you use it, it does smell really bad. Like after you take a bath, but it's like period blood. So, of course, it's going to stink. And after you wash it, of course, it's not going to stink. Well, it shouldn't smell anymore. Like if you wash it thoroughly. Um, but I just feel like it really smells really bad. That's one thing that I noticed, but that's not really a con because that's just natural. Um, Other than that, that's all I wanted to say about the menstrual cups. And I feel like everyone should just give them a try because you never know like how if it will work for you. And I didn't know, and I feel like you don't know anything unless you try. That's my motto. Like I'll try something. Like I'll try anything. Not like something crazy, but like if it's something that will better or save me money, I will try it. And I am very happy that I did because this is saving me money. I feel a lot cleaner. Like I can sleep more free. Like I used to always like feel like I have to sleep like sitting up kinda or constantly hop out of bed and have on like you know, body stretch, wear that to bed. Like honestly, I don't really wear much to bed anymore. Like usually I don't sleep with anything on. And like when I would have my period, I have to put on like panties or like and like some stretch pants or stretch shorts and have those on just to make sure that everything is contained. And if it does leak out, I can hop up and not mess up my bed, and that can be embarrassing too if you're sleeping with someone else. Whatever. But yeah, so I don't do that anymore. I can sleep pretty freely and through the night without like being and comfortably. Like I feel like if you're sleeping with a pad on and a tampon, it's like really uncomfortable. And like sleeping with this, you're very comfortable. I would still like on the first heavy days or until you get very comfortable using it, I would still probably, if I was you, I would sleep with like panties with a panty liner or something like that, just until you get used to it. But again, there is a learning curve, and after that, I feel it took me maybe 2, 3 period cycles to be like, okay, I got this. So some people it might be a little faster, a little slower. I don't know. That's just how long it took me to get it. But I was determined and I just really wanted to use this because it was a lot safer, cleaner, and I knew the end result would be better than constantly using pads and tampons all the time and paying the money out. Not that like they're ridiculously expensive, but that's an expense you can use and put towards something else because these last about 10 years. So, I mean, I probably would change mine before 10 years, just because I don't know. But even so, this only cost me like, I think $15. I think they were both around $15, but imagine how many um, pads or tampons you're going to buy in the next 10 years, like off of one purchase. Like you already saved yourself so much money. So, okay, that is it. This video is kind of long. I'm going to probably try to cut it down because I feel like I rambled a bit, but I just wanted to talk about these menstrual cups. And this is my first video in a while. I will be trying to get out more content. It won't be about periods, it will be random things. I plan on trying to expand my channel and start uploading videos more. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoyed or I hope what I said was informative. So have a good day. Bye.